Hello again. Now, a police officer in Piketberg in the Western Cape has been arrested for allegedly shooting dead his girlfriend yesterday. This was done in front of her 11-year-old son and some family members. The Independent Police Investigative Directorate says the police officer used his service gun to commit the crime. Well, let's discuss this now with the spokesperson of the South African Policing Union, Lisiba Tobagale. Mr. Tobagale, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. It's not the first time we have an incident where a police officer you will use a service pistol to kill somebody, especially a loved one. Where's the problem here? What's wrong with this? Should a police officer not on duty be carrying his pistol or her pistol?
Thank you so much for having us. As SAPU, we have since had an outcry concerning incidents like this. This is indeed an unfortunate incident that you just referred to that happened, and we condemn such incidents. We need to first, point that out. And the challenges that we are meeting or we are faced with are that we've got the employee health and wellness, which is a component within the South African Police Services. It has to ensure that everything that has to do with health and wellness of the members being psychologically, which mostly such incidents, they are motivated by that. But the challenge we are having is that EHW, it is not functioning because we do not have the relevant professionals whom are supposed to be giving the support that our members need. It is common cause, and we have to mention it, that if a member goes to attend a shooting, after every shooting there is supposed to be a debriefing that is done. But instead of getting a psychologist or even going to speak to somebody who is a professional or a psychiatrist related to the same, you will find that a pastor is the one who will be sent out to debrief members. So the lack of the relevant professionals within the South African Police Services, it is indeed a challenge. And that is clearly motivated by these factors. One of the factors is that those professionals, when they come in, they get given ranks, they get militarized. They are not allowed to be professionals as they are professionals, because a psychologist is a professional, should be allowed to practice in terms of their profession. And also a psychiatrist, they also need to be given that space. So they write reports to the commanders within the subs. Those commanders, they undermine the reports and even the recommendations that are made by those professionals simply because of the issue of rank, simply because it is a militarized organization.
Okay,
and
two things, yeah, Mr. Tobagale, pardon me for coming in. Two things you've mentioned. The main thing you're mentioning is the mental health well-being or lack thereof, and lack of support in terms of the wellness program for officers. That's one aspect. But I've got another question that I want you to address from the union, as a union inside the police service, is the fact that you can carry your service pistol when you're off duty. I mean, how does that get managed? Can you clarify that for our viewers?
Remember, in terms of the standing orders that are applicable within the subs, a member is eligible to carry their service pistol, and that is clearly justified because it is allocated to that member as a 108. We refer to it as the subs 108 items that members have. They can keep them with to take home. And clearly that is motivated by the fact that a police official is a police official, whether you are on duty or you are off duty. Most of the incidents and most of the arrests that our members make, they get targeted in most cases when they are off duty, and those service pistols is what our members utilize in order for them to defend themselves in case they come across such situations. And remember, a police official, you carry the oath. The oath, you don't go to bed to say, now I'm leaving the oath. You don't go to your rest days to say, now the oath is not applicable. A police official has a duty, even when they are off duty, in case there's a specific crime that is happening, they have a constitutional duty for them to intervene and assist. And if that situation is a dangerous one and they don't have their weapons, then they will found to be in danger, same as those whom they will be assisting, they will be in danger.
So if that employee wellness program that you say is not functioning currently in terms of the health, the mental health care, mental health well-being of members, if it was functioning, then maybe you are saying that the situation of stress wouldn't come in as an example, or depression or whatever will be the healthcare issue. Until then, shouldn't this 108 thing be sort of adjusted, or to allow the commander of the police station to say, no, listen here, Officer Tobachale, you are currently under a lot of stress. We think you must stay away and you don't need to take your gun with you?
We do not think as SAP that that is the right direction that SAP should take. We've been making a call to say that EHW, Employee Health and Wellness component, should be demilitarized. SAPs should be able to attract the relevant professionals back into the SAPs in order for them to bring the functionality and also to gain the confidence of members, because of the lack of confidentiality when reports are being made by EHW to commanders, then members, they happen, to hesitate to go there. So if we take those firearms from them, or to specific ones who say, no, you are not eligible to carry that firearm, it is not going to solve a situation. We need to deal. We strongly believe as SAP that the solution is to demilitarize EHW and be able to attract those professionals back, because we don't have them now as we speak. We are only left with social workers and also those who are from the spiritual services. So if we are able to attract them back, and also ensure that commanders, when they receive the reports, they can keep them as confidential as possible, so that that confidence in EHW can grow. We strongly believe that will be the right step, that will be taken into the right direction.
Okay, you've been very clear there. Thank you very much for your thoughts on this very serious matter. That's the spokesperson of the South African Policing Union, Lisiba Tobachale, just sharing some of their views about how within the police service they can deal with GBV cases, and of course the matter of service pistols being used. That's of course on the back of that report that a police officer in Piketberg in the Western Cape has been arrested for shooting dead his girlfriend in front of family members, including her 11-year-old son. Well, SAPU believes that the employee health wellness program in the police service needs to be demilitarized, and more psychologists, more psychiatrists should be employed in that regard.